Hey everyone, this NHL News Reports. We're back in the video. Today we're talking about looking back at O'Reilly's trade to the Blues in exchange for Thompson and others. It's been some time now. This trade has been done for him. We have seen what O'Reilly has been able to do with the Blues and what Tage Thompson has been able to do for the Sabres. And I thought it'd be nice to go back to this trade and talk about who won the trade. But did anyone? Is it who won the trade really? So we can get into that. Be very interesting. Definitely a very interesting trade. I think it's been more interesting than we thought it would be. When it happened, and the first couple of years into it, it looked very lopsided as the Blues had basically won the trade. But looking where we are, 2018 is the year this trade came down, and that was July 1st, 2018. This trade happened. Obviously, Ryan O'Reilly was sick of being with the Sabres. He lost interest in hockey, and he wanted to go to a team that will win and win a cup and be that type of player. So, so he gets traded to the Blues, and obviously the Sabres receive a package here for O'Reilly. Obviously, O'Reilly, very talented guy, very good shutdown center, one of the best defensive centers in the league, like a Bergeron. The Selke trophy, he won that before too, with the Blues organization. So definitely a great player. And he was stuck at, they signed him to a $7.5 million deal too before he got traded. So you know, you didn't have to pay for him later on. You know what the salary is going to be for the future, and you wanted part of your future. So look at what the Sabres received: Patrick Berglund, Vermeil, Samoka, Tage Thompson, a first-round pick of 2019 became Ryan Johnson, and the 2021 second-round pick from it's actually Ottawa's. Well, it became Ottawa's. Got traded to Ottawa and became Ben Rogers. So there you go. Um, so there you go. That's what the package was. Looking at Samoka, first of all, Vladimir Samoka, he was at about a $3.5 million deal at that time. Samoka was a solid player for the Blues. He actually at that time played 5 seasons, or six, I should say, with the Blues. And before he got traded to the Sabres, he had 31 points. So he was a solid, let's say, top nine guy. You can put him in the top nine, like a third liner, I would say. You throw him in there, and he was a solid third liner right there. And he brings depth to the team. So hey, there you go. If you want to trade him eventually, you're going to be able to do that anyways. Um, let's see. So, and he had a year left after, so maybe be like, oh, hey, we could trade him at the deadline, maybe get a little bit more pieces for him, and that would be terrific. And he was a guy around 20, 30 points, but just never did it after that. Um, just never did. When he played with the Sabres, those 2 years, 13 points in 69 games, not the same guy, and then 3 points in 16 games, and then he went and played overseas with the Swiss Cup and some other cups there, some other things. So, moving on now to the next team, and that is, the next player, and that's Tage Thompson. Or let's talk about Patrick Berglund before we do anything. Patrick Berglund. Looking at Patrick Berglund, he's 34 now. He actually was a guy who did not want to leave the St. Louis Blues. He wanted to stay with St. Louis. He was really he couldn't wait. He didn't want to leave the Blues organization, and he liked it there a lot. Obviously, being drafted by the Blues in 25th overall in 2006, definitely he enjoyed it there, and he was there for some time, for quite a long time. Getting about 30 points. And he was a solid third line guy. Really was. One year he had 52 points in 2010-11 season, but by and large, he had about 30 point season, which was solid for a guy you knew what he was going to bring. And he went to Buffalo, only had 4 points in 23 games, and then he went and signed with the SHL, 31 points in 49 games the next year. Um, and now he's basically retired at this point. He played the last season, 2020 to 2021, 27 points in 45 games in the SHL. So he never got a chance to go back to the Blues. And he both Samoka and Berglund just never worked out for the Sabres whatsoever. So now, if you look at the guy that really makes this deal fantastic now, if he didn't turn into anything, this deal would still be, well, lopsided. But since Tage Thompson coming over to the Sabres, he's 6'6", 215 pounds. He's 25 years old now. He's on a $1.4 million contract last year on that deal. But looking at what he did, not he has some promise to him, like a prospect, all right. It's kind of like, when you get a good player, you want a first round pick, a good prospect, and maybe like the Sabres, like, hey, we'll take some cap back the other way. That's what they got here. Thompson was the prospect here. They knew he was a big guy, can he turn into something, but they never expected this much from him. Last year was a really breakout year, 68 points in 78 games, and then he got that massive $7 million deal. 7.1242 million deal for 7 years from Ken Adams, and people say, I don't know if I like that. It's too much money, this and that. But so far this year, in 30 games, he has 24 goals, 22 assists, 46 points in 30 games plus 8. So there you go. He's going to crush that 68-point total. 5 goals against the Blue Jackets some games ago. Unbelievable. 6 points in that game. And he scored those 5 goals in the first 2 periods. Nothing in the third for him. So there you go. Pretty impressive. Which makes this deal pretty solid for him. Getting a franchise, making Tage Thompson the franchise center for the Buffalo Sabres to replace Jack Eichel, literally. So there you go. And look at the 2019 first round pick. You look at Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson still hasn't, turned into anything yet. He's just playing NCAA at this point. He's 21 years old. There's still, some time for him. He had 9 points in 20 games plus 10 so far. So he's not going to get many points. He's just kind of that shutdown type of guy. Maybe they sign him this year. We'll see if they do. They got him 31st overall. Obviously, that first round pick was the year the Blues won the Stanley Cup. So 31st overall, there you go. It's basically like a second round pick. So things, looked at that point lopsided until Thompson made this incredible, make him into an elite player, superstar, franchise guy for the Buffalo Sabres. And in that second round pick, that's really nothing. Really isn't, because you look at that, and that's not even. They traded that second round pick, and then the Senators went and drafted Ben Rogers, who hasn't done much in the Kingston Front actually, anyways, in the OHL. So there you go. That is the trade. So who really won this trade? Well, I'll say this: the Blues already, hands down, have won the trade. They won the Stanley Cup with O'Reilly. They made him captain not too long after winning the Stanley Cup. Of course, this year was a down year for him, but overall, the Blues have won the Stanley Cup. And obviously, the Sabres got a lot of slack for not winning this trade. And now it's looking like, hey, Thompson has turned out really good. This has become a really solid trade for us anyways. So there you go. Even though Berglund never turned into something like they can swap out at the deadline. Same thing with Samoka. Unfortunately, they couldn't swap those guys out for picks and prospects. Like, here's a solid piece for your playoff run. Couldn't do that at all. They didn't play good enough to do that. So, but at least you got Thompson, right? At least you got Thompson, which makes this deal very good for the Buffalo Sabres. It makes them exciting too, what they've been able to do. So, Sabres have, in their opinion, I think they have won the deal for themselves. They're happy what they got at this time. But O'Reilly, what the Blues got from O'Reilly, winning the Stanley Cup with him, they're happy with that. Obviously, he's a UFA at the end of the year, so we'll see what happens to him. Be very interesting to see if they trade him or they do something with him. So, but we'll find out pretty soon, whatever happens. So, thanks for watching. We'll say the Blues won the Stanley Cup. And it's more like a win-win trade, because obviously the Sabres got the franchise guy now, and the Blues won the Stanley Cup over Riley. So now it's about a win-win trade. Obviously, before it was lopsided, so I would say win-win. I would say that now. So thanks for watching. It's good to look back at this trade. Pretty interesting. And I'll see you next video. Bye.